You gotta get into the groove.
Hello everyone, good to have you back again for another session on GrooveKart GLU. My name is Peter Moinaro and I am coming in from New Zealand live. So just put a hashtag live if you're watching this live and put a hashtag replay if you're watching this later on. Okay, I just want to say a few hellos here. We've got Tyler, thank you for your awesome support, Tyler, good to have you here. And then we've got Dr. Lisa as well. Thank you as well, Dr. Lisa, for your support. And it's always great to have you guys here. So anyway, look, I'm gonna get started because last week, if you remember, we went through OpenKart, and I was going to cover more about it this week because I encountered a little bit of an issue with it. Well, I got through that issue, by the way. So it was just it was just something that an oversight, if you like. And I got through it and I was able to actually get my store up, but there was a few more things to do, technically wise. And I just thought, look, you know what? I just can't do the second one of this because it's just starting to get a little bit too technical. So I decided that I was going to leave it. And I hope you guys don't mind. If you've actually started on it and you've had some success, then awesome. But I just thought that it would be a little bit too challenging for some people, so I decided to not do the second part. In fact, I did have my site up and I actually deleted it. So yeah, anyway, hey Nancy, good to have you here. Let us know what time it is and where you guys are coming in from. I'd like to know what time especially it is where you are. I think it's something like about 9 p.m. in EST time, 6 p.m. PST, Nancy. I'm not sure what time it'll be where you are. But anyway, hopefully you guys can see me and you can hear me, which is really, really cool. And so let's just go through it. I thought that maybe I'll just go through one of my stores, kind of like another over the shoulder look, if you like, and just go through the different things. Now, I have actually been in conversation with Groove support with regards to some of the things that I encountered in GrooveKart, and I'll go through those too as well, what I encountered. And not just actually in GrooveKart. There was one other thing too. I did it kind of at the same time. There was another issue that I came across, and I think everybody else has sort of actually wondered about it. And I'll mention that a little bit later on. Johan, nice to have you, mate, all the way from Brisbane, Australia, and it's 3 minutes past 11. Great to have you. Okay, let me share my screen. And no doubts you guys can see that. All right. So I'm in my dashboard here, and I'm just going to head over to GrooveKart. I can either do it over here, obviously, up the top here, which is probably quicker. But I like doing this. I go to the side there, just in case. I think I just go yeah. Now the challenge was, I think the last time I showed you guys, I was having there was a problem actually connecting a subdomain to my site, and I think we were doing baby boo wear at the time. So that was one of the issues that I talked to support about, was the actual domains wasn't showing up in the GrooveKart, and I'll show you what I mean. I go into here. Go into my GrooveKart Store and settings, and then down to domain. This here wasn't showing up in my store, or actually my domain wasn't showing up in my store and in this part here. So I couldn't link to it. And I honestly thought that it was actually going to connect later on that day, but it never did. So I followed up Groove, and they said it should actually just connect in there, or should show up in there automatically with any domain, whether it's a subdomain or a main domain. And so now they know what the issue is, because the last time when I actually did talk about this issue with them, they manually did it, and I thought the issue was fixed, but apparently it wasn't fixed. And I went back to them and I told them that we're seeing the white screen. No, you're not. Sorry, the tabby thing here. Okay, here I am. Domains, domain settings. This is the one that I actually tried to connect the last time we had a session about this one, about the GrooveKart, and it didn't show up straight away. So I thought it would actually end up there later on, but it didn't. Okay, and so I contacted Groove. They got back to me. They were pretty good with the response, so it was really good. And they got back to me, and they said they fixed it. They had to. They manually fixed it. So I thought, okay, everything will be fine. Then any other domain I'm going to add in there, it's just going to show up. But it didn't. And so I did actually contact them again. And so now they're aware of the issue. So if you're having that issue, you can either contact us support, but hopefully it's actually been sorted out before that even happens. So that was the problem I was having, the first issue I was having. The second one, I'm going to actually probably explain about that a little bit later on, because that is a Groove. It's got to do with Groove pages. Oh, sorry, Groove, the Groove platform, not the GrooveKart. And I'll just go through that a little bit later. All right. Okay, and let me just say here we go. We've got Tyra. It's hashtag live. Great to see that. We've got then Dr. Lisa. That's after 9 p.m. Eastern time. Not too late, not too early, but it's pretty cool. Good time. Oh, you have the same time, Nancy. Basically, you have the same time. Okay, cool. And then there we have Johan all the way from Brisbane, 11:03 a.m. in the morning. And of course, it's Thursday here. It's Thursday, and it's like just 1:07 p.m. for me on a Thursday. Okay, let's have a look at this. I'm so glad they responded to you so quickly and effectively. Yeah, they did. And I do hear that some people have issues with that, but I very rarely have an issue with them getting back to me. So straight away, well, maybe a day or so after, sometimes straight away. And so I haven't really had a problem in that sense. Maybe if you've got an issue and you need to get hold of support, if you're kind of discouraged before, when it was a little bit slow getting back, when they were a bit slow getting back to you, try them again, because I do think that the support has actually ramped up a little bit, which is good. It's good for all of us. So that was the store that I was working on. I'm going to work on that one again, because I haven't actually done anything since the last time that we actually went through the store. And if I can remember rightly, it was kind of like just a walk through the GrooveKart and all that sort of thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on, where are we, the builder here, and just go to the main. I actually forgotten what the main page looks like too, by the way. I don't think I've got too many baby photos in there. Okay, it didn't really have any. All right. So I thought I actually done a bit more than that, but anyway, that's fine. For me, I don't really like this theme. There is a theme in there which is actually very much related to babies or infants. And if you go onto if you go into settings and you go down to template, and there you have it. There it is right up the top here. Of course, if you're selling cosmetics or if you're selling bikes or electronics, even fashion, and if you're into like nutrition, these are template there for you. So I advise maybe using any of these templates for whatever you're doing. Sometimes your niche is not represented by any of those templates, but you might like the layout. So use the layout, use it as a layout. Right? Most people go into here when they actually start to build. They go into themes. So themes is really just what themes is. It's not actually a template. It's really just the layout. It's really just the color theme and all that sort of thing. If you like it, great. And the font. So we'll say consistent throughout all the different pages, right? But with the templates, so you can actually have the theme, but with the templates, that is where you can get your build up your front page with a template. Hey, what else we got here? Okay. Right, I'm going to go into baby because that is the one that that's what my site is all about. And I think you guys have seen this before. I've done this before. Some of you have, maybe some of you haven't. But now this makes a really, really great looking baby. I don't even think that I would want to even change anything in here, to be quite honest. Like, I definitely don't want to change the image. I think that's a great image. So I'm going to leave that in there. Honest baby products, personal care, diapers. Yep. I would probably look at something like this in terms of when it comes to babies. Not so much think about what do babies like, or obviously baby have to have little jumpsuits and stuff like that. But the other thing that you can actually also attach there is an eco-friendly type baby wear. Especially for the nappies, like reusable nappies, right? And with personal care, maybe creams that are made from plants and all that sort of thing, rather than from some of the stuff that's kind of like standard, right? But things like we have a well, I think most people have heard about Manuka honey. So Manuka is actually a Māori name here for Manuka. If you've heard Manuka, and I think a lot of people have around the world, but Manuka derives from Aotearoa, New Zealand, and so that's what we call it, Manuka honey. There is Manuka massage oil and things like that, and Manuka cream. And, that would be something I would definitely maybe put in there if I was to go more down a holistic or natural avenue, rather than just sort of run-of-the-mill stuff, because that will make it a little bit more niche, right? Just a little bit more sort of a specific niche, eco-friendly, and not so much just eco-friendly as well. Natural, I guess, natural skin remedies, because baby gets awful skin rash when they sort of nappy rash, those sorts of things. And that's what you can actually do. Now, there are plenty wholesalers around the world that actually do that stuff. And you just really got to look it up. I do actually have a few ideas where you can look, but I just, off the top of my head, I just can't remember at the moment. That's probably the angle that I'm going to go down, and have that more natural, eco-friendly type sort of theme, if you like, and products. So what that means is that some of these colors, I've got to really make more like an earthy tone, or something that's quite, I guess, speak eco-friendly. And most people think that green is one of those sorts of things, but I would actually go maybe, if you have a look in here, these colors here, we've got all this yellow, we've got the baby wearing some type of hoodie, I guess, or hood, and so we've got different colors in there, and we've got this button here, which is kind of like, I guess, a softer, well, not so much a softer, but a more sort of like a pastel color. It looks great. Don't get me wrong, the color looks great. But see, you got blue and that color there. I'm not particularly a fan of that combination that they've got there. I'm not too sure what you guys find, but yeah, that one there, I wouldn't really sort of say that it's actually more of a eco-friendly or sort of earthy color, if you like. And of course, I've got it up here in the notification bar as well. I'm more inclined to go to a more, like I said, earthy color. And I'm thinking, actually, let's just divert for a sec. I'm happy to look at this hood that the baby is wearing. I'm kind of like, the eye catches the pink. You can see this color is actually in the theme, this color here. But the eye, the pink actually catches my eye, and I'm wondering if that pink would be a good color to use maybe as a secondary color, right? You know, 2 or 3 colors in a theme is more than adequate. Sometimes maybe a little bit too much. Just you know, depends on the actual niche and the actual website, the look and feel of the website. So you've got to be mindful of the color theme. They actually do have things online where you can actually get color matches for different, what do you call it, standard colors, if you like. So, anyway, I might actually look at that pink. So I'm going to grab that color. I've got a, what do you call it? What is it called? It's called color pick eyedropper. So I'm going to pick that off, and I'm going to head over there. I'm going to head on to the pink. Now, this is a great tool because you can actually get right down to the specific color you want. All right, because sometimes with doing this on, like, trying to get colors from a you know, from an image or whatever is very difficult because, you know, it may not actually get it correct. But I like this because if you have a look in the crosshairs in the middle there, it's right in the middle of that pink. I'm just going to grab that. So I'm going to click on it, and I'm just going to copy that, close that, and then I'm going to try the notice bar first. So I'm going to go in here, click on here. Yes, save. And then in here, this is where I can actually, you know, do different changes. So here, I click on this and come over to the 3 dots here. And I'm just going to click on the color. And down here, I'm going to put my hex code on. I kind of like that. It's actually got a good little filter. While I'm here, I'm going to make a few changes. Okay. So I'm just going to put support. I'm on caps at the moment. Support at babywear.com. All right, make those changes there. You can put other things here. Here's actually a little text box. You can put something in here, or maybe just a container, but you can actually put stuff in here if you wanted to, or text. And that really just simply is, let me see if I can actually put something in there. Okay, so here it's a list element. All right, so you can put text there, you can put a list in there. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it as it is. I'm going to put in here. Take the worldwide out and free shipping within the USA. Oh, that's when I need the caps. The US, we'll just put US. Maybe put a little. Okay. All right, I think I'm done here. I'm happy with that color. Let's have a look to see what it looks like. All right. We're going to go to top. Let's just save that first. And let's just go out of the top right here. I like it. It means that I may have to go pink with all these buttons and all that. Let's give that a go. I'm going to put here. I'm going to do the same hex code. Now that's font color, that's white. There we go. Background color. Nothing wrong with pink. Yeah, you could actually have a real specific niche and just have baby wear for girls. Because girls like pink. Actually, there's a lot of guys out there that like pink too as well. So, I wouldn't be sort of biased on it, to be quite honest. And let's try this button here. Now, you can see up here, it's got the background color, so we can change it there if we want. And my more recent colors are here. I'm going to pick that. Just if you don't know this, or just a little tip, you can add your colors to your favorites. So you just, once you click on the color, put plus and it'll go into your favorites. All right. All right. I don't like the text in there, the baby shop baby. Now I'm going to change the text to white. And I will probably do the same for this as well. Now, as you can see, it is actually blending in with the background, which I don't want because it doesn't really stand out. So I really do need, I either change the color, which is an option, or I maybe the overlay of the image, try and change the, I guess the opacity of the layer, if you know what I mean. So I'm just going to click on there and see if I can do that. Okay, so you see here, we've got background overlay color. So it's white. That's why it kind of looks like it's faded out a wee bit. And we can control that. I'm gonna actually make that black. All right. Just bring it, and then I'm gonna control the opacity a wee bit so that it's not too much black. But just enough that the font sticks out. All right. I'm okay with that. I think I'm pretty happy with the way that looks. I'm pretty happy about the layout. I would probably change the. As you can see that the font is actually blue in there. So those are the things I would really need to change. I want to make sure. Let's go into here. Okay. There's themes. All right. I just thought there might be a way you can actually. Nancy says the pink is different. Yeah, it is. Do you like it? Just put a yes or no. If you don't like it, put a no. Be honest. If you do like it, put a yes. Because I guess one person's view of something can be very totally different to another person's. And I don't know if Nancy likes it or not, but by what she said, I think it might be a nice way of saying she doesn't really like it. Maybe, I don't know. I like it. So as you can see here with the buttons, so that looks like it's an image. Let me just go into here in the settings. All right. So the whole thing, obviously, you can see here is an image. I can't change the color of those buttons. So I will need to probably change the image. Nancy, for the new pink is different. So Nancy says the new pink is different. And also says, for me, darker pink. We'll give it a go. Let's try that. I'm open to suggestions here, so let's go for darker pink. You mean maybe something like that? That's actually in the hood would probably be good. But I think that's the color that I use there. But there is a bit of a dark. It's a little bit dark, and then maybe because of the overlay. So let's try this again because the overlay was dark, whiter the last time I did that, right? So let's try it with the darker overlay and see what color we get. So I'm going to go back into my little tool again, grab my color picker, and I'm going to go right in there. And yeah, that is a different color. Copy. That is definitely a different color. So let's try this again. Click on the edit, save, and there. let's see what you think this time, Nancy. Oh, that's a bit too dark. Oh, shocking pink, I think that one is. It gave me a shock. I don't know. I'm kind of not sort of like liking it. I'm gonna try a different color. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go into the spectrum here, and I'm just gonna play around with it. All right. So I'm just gonna go up here, play around with it a little bit, bring this up here. You know, I almost think that it should be kind of like have a tinge of brown in it, if you like, so that we can kind of, you know, let's have a look at that. How do we do that? No, we can't do it. Or even purple. I'm just playing around with it at the moment. A bit too dark there. Oh, I think that might be okay. Now save. Let's take a look. Sometimes you got to click that top part, the arrow. You got to click it twice because it doesn't respond to the first time. Oh, Nancy, what do you think? What do you guys think? It's a darker pink. I don't know if it's the type of pink that you were thinking of, Nancy, but you know what? I'm going to overrule you on this one, Nancy. Nancy, I'm going to actually just stick to my color. I kind of like my pink. So I'm just going to go back to here and grab that code again. Copy. And then I'm going to head back up here. Save. For you, it's better. Nancy thinks for her, it's better. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. It was, for me, it was, but you know, that's what why I say everybody has a different opinion or view things in a different way. So I kind of like this. But you know what? The other thing is that you can start playing around with that sort of stuff even when it's live, right? Because the color's not going to make a big difference in your Google algorithm, right? The color is really not a big thing. So playing around with the color, maybe sort of like if you see there's maybe not enough traffic coming through to your website and you're kind of wondering why, you could probably try, different colors or different theme. Maybe people are not responding to that color; they don't like that color. But psychologically, it can actually sort of maybe deter people to another site. But let's have a look. We've got here, Johan loves pink. It's a high conversion color. Whoa, I picked it right then, Johan. And then we've also got Nancy is saying because it's Washington harder to read. Right. And more readable. Okay. I see what you're saying. Okay. I'm going to change it. I do like the other one. So I'm going to revert back to here in my favorite. I just think I know probably maybe it doesn't make the white font stand out as much, but as what the darker one would. But I kind of like the softness of this color. And babies, of course, is all about softness, right? So that's why I kind of like it. So I'm going to save it and I'm going to click there. Like I said, click this a couple of times to go back. All right, I'm going to change this color here. And go to advanced. Favorite color. I could always, if I really wanted it to sort of stand out, I could always just change the color of the font and, see what that looks like. Maybe not make it completely black, but make it a little bit more, I don't know, darker. So let's just check this out, right? Let's give this a go. So I'm going to play around with this a little bit. You got your color range here, and I'm kind of thinking maybe this color rather than a solid black. Mm. Yeah, I'm actually torn on this one. I'm going to stick with white. Right, let's move past the header. What have we got here? Nancy says more readable. Yeah, I agree with you. With the darker background, more readable. Yes, absolutely. What else have we got here? Pastel is winner for babies. Yeah, pastel. Would you call this a pastel color? I kind of think it would be, maybe. I'm not sure. I know that the color that it was before was kind of pastel, but I didn't. Yeah, I actually wanted to sort of do something different. Don't forget, these are images, right? So that personal care button is actually part of the image. So to change that, I would probably go to get a different image. Let's just take a look at the sizes here, right? Try and keep them within the sizes of what these are. So let's just take a look at the size and see here, 600 by 74 pixels, 774 pixels. So keep that in mind or write it down, however you want to remember it. But head over, and I've actually, you may get images from somewhere else, but I normally go to deposit photos to get my images. These are all royalty-free photos, can use in things like websites and stuff. And I'm just going to go search for babies. Now I'm going to go for this here because that's kind of an oblong or portrait, I should say, orientation. So I'm going to go for something like this. So now I've got the portrait type photos, which is what I'm after, right? What can we do here? Now this other one had on the website, or on that template, it had a mother with the baby. I think we should actually stick with that kind of theme. I love that photo. Look at that. That's actually that's kind of a cute photo. That one. They are all cute. Look, if you do actually have this, and look up here, you can get 100 images for $80. Okay, $80. So you can get 100 images. So you can have that as your assets for when you're ever doing websites. And so for me, this is what I do. I kind of like add them to favorites. I like that one there. That's pretty cool, but I don't think it's going to fit the theme of my website because I'm talking about eco-friendly, and I think that sort of speaks technical. What else we got here? Got a baby with some fur lying on looks like fur. I might tag that one as well. There we go. Oh no, that's not the mother one. Where's the mother? Okay, let's put in mother with baby. Let's see what we come up with. Okay, there you go. I can't help but think I'm just going to have a look there. Okay, maybe that photo that was on the template is actually from there. I like that one there. That one there. Or if you remember what I said in the previous what do you call it, session, we talked about where the eyes direct to, right? And how they draw you down to the next part of the website so that you scroll down. That's kind of one of those images. So is that one there. This one, these two here are just looking straight at you. Let's just see if I can find something. I'm going to go for this one here. So I'm just going to that one. I normally go for the big size rather than the smaller size because I can just play around with it and do different sizes. That is a huge size, so I don't really need it that size. I think this one here, standard license. Yeah, So I've got that license. I think I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll download it and see what happens. There's others there as well. Right, there's others. So the eyes weren't open on the mother, but the direction of the face was looking towards the left. And everybody kind of reads from left to right, and you kind of sort of it draws your attention down to the next part. So let me just have a look at this. By the way, this was a Q&A. I'm only doing this to really go through a few things that you guys you may not have known. But feel free to ask me some questions in the chat. Just feel free to ask some questions because it is really about a Q&A here. But I thought, we'll double up. We'll do a bit of a walkthrough as well as a QA, where if I'm going through different things, you can ask me questions. All right, let's shut that down. There was another photo. Let's go back to that. That was this one here, diapers. Okay, let's go back to the images, and I'm going to go. I love this site. I really do love this site, and the fact that I don't have to pay monthly. All I pay is $80, and I get 100 photos. That I had a different deal actually. I had 200 photos. I think it was the same price. I'm not too sure, but that was a long time ago, and I haven't really used much of it. If we have a look here, I've got 146 downloads left, and the actual deal doesn't expire. So no matter how long it takes for you to get through that 100 photos, it doesn't matter. It's not going to expire. So I'm going to go baby. I'm going to go not eco-friendly. Is it green? Eco-friendly, I guess. Eco-friendly. No, okay, it doesn't actually. Let's go green. See, we've got something green in here. Baby green. I would say that's just an image of a baby and it's got a green color. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, okay. Baby lettuce. Okay. Tyler likes the color I was showing. Awesome. We may have similar tastes, Tyler. But you know what? Like, I'm having a look at these images here. There is some aspect to it as far as green goes. But I was kind of like aiming for, eco-friendly like nappies and things like that. So I'm going to go baby and I'm going to go nappy. Oh, you guys actually call it diapers. Let's go diapers. We call them nappies over here. Diapers sounds good. All right. Okay. In a way, it doesn't really matter which direction the baby is looking on this one, because if you can recall over here, we did the other one with the for this one here, we've got an image that looks downwards, so this one is okay. So long we've got them in the same sort of like container here. I'm going to go back here again, and I'm just going to choose an image, something that will stand out. Of course, it's got to have the nappy theme to it. That one there, probably not a good idea. It's looking out that way. That's a good photo. I like it though. I could probably switch that around. Have a look the other way. Let me have a look. You know what? I'm going to go that one there. See, got the pink little bow. I'm going to go that one. So I'm going to click on that one, and I'm going to download that. I'm going to stick with the big size. All right, wait for it to open up. Save. Boom. All right. Now the thing is with images, right? The thing is that we really do want to make sure that when we put images on our website, even on an e-commerce site, we really want to have that alternative text. Okay. So let's do that. Let's go to, I'm going to go to ChatGPT. Now, I did actually create a little tool. I shared it with someone. I might have shared. I don't know if I shared it with Tyler or if I shared it with Dr. Lisa, one of these. But I did my own little GPT that actually reads an image and provides an alternative text. If you want it, just give us if you have got ChatGPT. I think on the free version, you can now like someone can share GPTs with you. I think, I'm not sure, but I'm going to go to here. I'm going to go export GPTs. Dr. Lisa. Oh, okay. Was that the one that I shared with you, Dr. Lisa? All right. So I've got my own GPTs here. I'm going to click on that. Hopefully it works. What's going on here? Oh, there we go. Which one was it? Image prompter. I thought I had it here somewhere. Load more. Oh, there we go. So I'm going to use this one. All right, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to upload that photo, one of those photos. We'll pick the mother one first. Ask any questions you guys want in the chat. Where are we? Okay. And then, so the great thing about this, because it's a GPT, you don't actually have to, actually do any prompts, right? You just upload the image and then click on here, and then it will actually give you the text for it. There you go. Now it's elongated text, but it's very descriptive. And this is kind of the thing that Google loves, especially for the visually impaired who, they want a good description of an image that's on a website. So this does give a good description. A mother lovingly nuzzles her newborn baby, both with serene expressions. The baby is cradled in the mother's arm, close to her chest, highlighting the strong bond and the tender affection between them. The soft lighting and gentle focus create a warm, intimate atmosphere. So imagine if you had to actually create that in your own mind for every single image that you put up, right? That sort of thing. You have to be kind of like, you'll have, be very, very creative in your words, articulate, if you like. So yeah, this just makes the job easy. I'm just going to copy that. All right. Now let's go back to the other side. Let's change this image. Now, again, okay. Again, just take note of the size, 600 by 774. Let's just keep within that. Now, here's the alternative, where you put the alternative text. I'm going to put that in there now. All right. And there's a little tick. You may not, sorry, I have to change tabs. All right, let's start again. So I'm going to change this one here. I think I've got it, yep. And here, that's the size that I need to aim for, okay? And I've actually just pasted the text in here, and you can't really see it because of the text that's in there, but there's a tick on the right side there, and you just need to click on that, and that will make sure that is actually set into the description there. All right, so we can play around sizes and all that here, but at the end of the day, what I want to do is I want to get my image. You're probably aware, if you're not, but in terms of actually, you don't actually have the choice of uploading a photo. There's no button there for that. All right, you actually literally have to delete it first before you can see it, or upload an image. All right, so that's what we're going to do now. And it doesn't store any images in a gallery like it does in Groove Pages and things like that. You have to upload the images all individually every time. Okay, I'm going to get the photo. Now you probably can't see this, but on the photo itself, the description. I'll see if I can actually share this with you guys. Let me just see if we can actually. Okay, if I share this one, you'll probably be able to see. No, not that one. That's what. Okay. No, you can't. I won't be able to show you actually. I was going to try and show you the file, but the file, the file, like the file name of the image had deposit photos and then _3 and a whole lot of numbers. So what I want to do is I actually want to change the title of that file. And you won't be able to see this because it's not showing it. It won't show it on the screen, but and let's go back here. Here, I'm gonna change the title of the photo first. You know what I mean, right? It's the file name. So it's the file name .jpeg or .png. Okay, that's the name that's actually prior to the .jpg or JPEG. That's the name I want to change. Okay, I don't want to have it. I don't want it to have deposit photos sort of attached to that file. Google reads that. Okay, so I'm going to actually change it, and I'm going to go mother and baby. Mother and baby. Oh, I'll go mother and baby. All right. All right. Now I'm going to open it. Oh, it's a bit too big. Okay, hang on. It was too big actually. So I need to resize it. So I need to do the 600 by 700, 774. So let's just stop that, and I'll do that right now. Give me a moment. And that's why I picked the largest. I forgot that it was a large file, but I picked a large file on purpose because I may reuse it somewhere else, and it may need to be a bigger image. So at least I've got some flexibility in size. All right. I'm just going to actually adjust the size on this image. So unlike Groove Pages, you won't be able to do the size at the same time when you're putting the image into the container because you don't have any gallery. So I'm going to have to do it with a software. Just quickly opening it up at the moment. And I need to resize it. You won't see all this, guys. I've actually got my Photoshop open. Okay, so the image was 600 by 774. Now, when I put 600 as the width, it doesn't actually give me 774 for the height, but that's okay, all right, because I might still use it. It actually says 600 by 886. I'm going to use it, and I think from here on, that would be my new size, all right? So I'm just going to save that. All right, November babies. We'll go to any questions. Actually, I better check the chat. I haven't actually checked it yet. What is Doc? Okay, you agree with Dr. Lisa. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yes, it's so descriptive. It is. Okay, let's get that photo up. And, right. So now I have the image. I'm just going to click on that. Now I have the image. All right. I think it looks quite good. And so with that image, my new size is going to be 600 by 800 or 886, I should say. So 600 by 886. If you want to get like down to the nearest kind of zero, make it, you can crop it down again down to 600 by 800 if you like. But I'm going to maintain the size. The width is probably more important to me than the actual length. And the reason why is because these templates are actually designed to to be responsive for different devices. So if I go into here, onto the mobile view, then you'll get that. Now you can see there's a lot of space between or on the outside of the photo, but you can change that, right? So you just go into here, or actually here, and you should be able to change the spacing here. Okay, don't actually see it. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look in here, and we've got custom size. All right, let's leave that for now. That's a custom size. We could probably do that as a custom size. So I'm going to go back to this. This is what I'm more concerned about at this stage. I'm going to deal with the responsiveness, once I get it to where I want it. Now we've got this other photo. I'm going to change that. As you can see, it's a little bit shorter. So I've got to keep in mind my new size. So I'm going to go back to my images and I'm going to change that photo. All right. Oh, it's a really big size. Yeah, that was a really big size. So that size, actually putting the 600 in, it came to 900. So not quite what I want. I want it down to 600 by 886. Now, there's not much of a difference in terms of like the size. Normally, when you sort of change the size of the image in Photoshop, there's a lock which locks the size, right? And you put 600 in, and then the actual length of the image will change. The change because of the change of the 600. But if you take the lock off, you can actually change the length, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to call it 886. If it was a big gap, if it was a huge kind of a difference, then I probably would try and crop it. But here, I'm just going to change the length of the image rather than crop it, because with the bigger gap or bigger difference, and you go and just change the length, it's going to look like it's all squished up, right? You don't want that. All right. And again, I am going to change the title of this, and I'm going to just call it Baby Girl Info. Still quite relative to what the image is, but we have got the alternative text as well. Pinkbo. All right. I do actually need to go back to chat, so I'm going to go back to here. and I'm going to get that other image up. So upload image. Right, there it is. And let me hopefully you guys can see that. All right, now I've got some more alternative text here I can use. Baby girl sits on the floor, wearing very descriptive. I'm just going to grab that, copy it, head back over, and change the image. You really need to make sure you got the image up here. You can't really tell, but when you come down to the bottom, you can see that there's a gap there. So you know you've selected the image and not the whole container, because it kind of looks like up here I've selected the whole container. Right. So I'm going to go here. Let's change that. And there we go. And now it's time for our alternative text. It's always good, right? And don't forget the little tick to the right, because you may not see it. It's always good. It's always good to make sure that you have the specific sizes. I've made that clear before, and have that alternative text. But what I was going to say, it's always good to actually do the alternative text as you go along, right? Don't do it after. Don't say to yourself, you know what, I'm just going to do that later. Because by the time later comes, I bet you might either forget, or it might be a task that becomes more of a menial task or a frustrating task that you don't really want to do. And you really want to do it as you go, because then you know it's been done. Right? You can, by the end of finishing the page, you know that it's been done. Okay. I like those photos. I'll probably actually put some buttons on there like we did with the other one. But what do you think so far? I mean, and obviously, if I didn't have to go through this and explain it to people, I would have done it a lot more faster than this hour that has just gone past. So, but it's nice and easy. But always remember, make sure you put the alternative text in. When I downloaded it from the deposit photos, it did actually have a title to it as well. I had to change the title, so it ended up being, that one in particular was baby with pink bow, right? And separate the words with a dash. Don't sort of like just space them. Separate the words with a dash. Baby with pink bow, and .jpeg or PNG, whatever it is. Okay. I think that looks great. Like I said, I'll put some buttons on it later, but it's so far we've gotten to this point, and hopefully you kind of sort of picked up some useful information that you could implement yourself. Okay, can we do the front page and group pages and link buttons to GrooveKart? Buttons to GrooveKart? Yeah, you can. You can do that. So the problem with that is that it will when you have to actually have the link going to the specific page or a categories page. So yeah, you can do that. You don't want it going to your front page, all right? You want it to go to a specific page, because when I put it in here, maybe essential natural oils for babies or things like that, then you want to be you got to make sure that you've got a page for that, or you've got a category page that has that on there, because it won't. When you do it in GrooveKart, group pages, you got to have a link to that button that links to that specific thing, and so that's the only thing that it's much easier to do it this way, to be quite honest, much easier. And I would actually do it this way. I wouldn't do it the other way. Maybe for something that's kind of like a single product, yep, you could probably do that. Like I've shown you guys with the e-bike. I do actually have a Groove Pages, a group page for that, as well as a GrooveKart store for that as well. So I've got best of the both worlds. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use yet. I better hurry up though. By the time we get to it, it's probably the e-bikes are not going to be the craze anymore. It's going to be like hover bikes or something like that. All right. Okay. That's it, guys. I just wanted to go through that. There was a few questions in there, which hopefully, I answered. The answer was what you were looking for. So, yeah, at the end of the day, that was part of building up over the shoulder type sort of thing with GrooveKart. You see, I kind of put some importance on color theme, trying not to have lots of different colors, unless it fits with the theme. Like, say, for instance, I don't know, could be like a preschool website on the front page, but try and stick to two, at the very most three colors to be part of your theme, because it's really important. And go to you can Google it. Just go to a color. Oh, what do they call it? Color palette. Okay, and color palette site, and it'll actually give you like what different colors suit with what, say with blue, or with pink, or with red, or all those sorts of things. All right. We don't have time to go through some other stuff that the other stuff that I wanted to show you, but we are now in August, so it's awesome. So happy August. I think for some of you, it may not be August yet. So it's the 1st of August today here. Thanks for joining me once again, and we will see you guys next week. Bye for now.
You gotta get into the groove.